Alright, let's jam. Starting very early, I'm awake. Goal for this week, or for the next few days at least, hopefully maybe this week we can get it done, is finish this game.
Danganronpa.
Just because, you know, we probably should, even though I don't enjoy it as much as the first one. But, you know, we've started it. Hopefully the next chapter is better. Let me do just a little quick adjustment. There we go, that's better. Continue, yes, we are in the middle of the trial. For chapter 4.
I hope your day is well.
Thank you, Nonali.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Good point, hope this controller is
And
not
just like I
charged.
say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I do that often anyway. Except when I forget.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just push on ahead.
Oh, she got over that fast.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Dwell on it?
That's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
I already know the answer.
But is it really okay to
I think I
believe
figured
the
it out.
building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie. It's
If I figured it out, I think I saw it somewhere.
I don't want to die.
It was something I saw by accident about this, because since I've been playing it,
What happened to the
recommended
bastard
stuff
who kept
involving
saying
it.
how
It's
much
like,
they didn't mind
oh,
dying?
cool, that's fun. Well,
He's right. There was a
same as I
time
think
when
I-
thought I could become
pretty sure I also know
superior
who
to
the
your hopes.
big twist villain in this is.
I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily
God, he
sacrifice
pisses me off.
myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
I'm kind of with Gundam on that.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know.
Oh god.
It's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
I'm glad that's... You know what? No, I'm not glad that that's why she's making that
Akane,
face.
You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure,
Also,
why
because
don't
of the
we think
day,
about how
we'll
they
just be
used it?
doing it this second half of the trial. Normally I wouldn't do anything Monday, but because of that, I just plan to do that.
How
Where
they
tomorrow
killed
I'm
Nekomaru.
hoping to maybe get through the whole 5th chapter.
it might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Crushed by the elevator? Nekomaru's actual cause of death was getting crushed by the elevator. He was crushed by the elevator? That sounds quite painful. So where and how was he crushed? So it looks like I misunderstood. I was wrong, I need to think it over. Okay. Dead battery? No. No, it wasn't. There's no way you'd take that much damage just from a dead battery. Oh, fuck.
Crap!
Maybe it was one of them Samsung batteries and that's why he exploded. Boy, that's a dated reference from 5 years ago. Man, I'm old. Beaten with a blunt object? Okay, it was falling. Ah, yes, the least likely option.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
It was suicide.
If the funhouse is
If it's thankfully it's not, but if it was, I'd be so mad. Because then it would just be even more my point of this game, just being cliff notes of the first game, but not as good.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
These characters just don't really have like the same personality that of the first game either.
Don't just
Except
make
Gundam.
things
Gundam's
up
great.
when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower.
And the characters most of the characters I did like or were interested in are now dead.
Push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
What if you can make it open?
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
For that, I think there's other reasons, but I couldn't say that I deserve that.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Words hard, ow. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Make my argument, sure. Probably got to do with the button. Broken doorknob, strange feeling in tower. Needs to count for you because I count there's also the
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
other thing.
you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Okay, I think I know what it would be.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside,
Yeah, I'm taking good
the
my
other door
button.
won't open.
Shoot that one with the another
Which means
object.
the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
Or I have to no.
must
Blue
be
is
the
if you
threshold
agree
of
with
that
it,
elevator.
not yellow. Yellow. Yellow is contradiction. Blue is green.
When the elevator is up, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the elevator and made use of the...
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has... As long as there's a moving object inside.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
And because he doesn't breathe, because it's a
That
robot.
sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see.
No, it wouldn't have.
So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
Perhaps.
There would
Depends
have
how
been
fast the
no
elevator
drop
drops.
for him to fall and die from. Yes.
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Unless he was tied to something.
Silence, pest!
Oh, pest,
Now
eh?
you're calling me a pest?
Yes, you are a pest. Also, don't ever make that face. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Oh, let's let her talk. There were wires. That's probably the answer.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
No, it's not.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Yep.
What about the oil on the floor?
No, not really.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Ooh, yes, actually. I like
Why don't we
that
all
one.
Shut up and listen to what
Ah, I
Chiaki
think I
has
know
to
what it
say.
is.
Silence, pest!
I think wire
Don't be
with
so
the
cold.
doorknob.
What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh god. Some kind of
If
massive.
you arrange it, you can cause the drop.
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the floor?
No, this is
The
oil.
doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Yes.
I agree with that.
consent. Again, I think consent's not quite the right term there, but I'm trying to think
Didn't
what
the
it would
doorknob
be.
have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Yes, which was used to keep him suspended above before it broke.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Great Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
I've never understood when in cartoons and that where someone's sleeping and they've got like that bubble coming out of their nose. It's gross for one, and also, does that ever happen to anyone when they're asleep?
That's right! He was so well hung!
Dick
Kinda like...
jokes.
You better not finish that sentence.
Can I go?
the killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor.
I was like, what? I'm trying to remember the name of the character from the first game, who was a cross-dresser. I wouldn't have used their name there, kind of like them, but I don't remember their name.
Too easy.
I think I can only remember the name of the final 5. Actually, no, I can't even remember that.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
What do you mean?
Why?
Land on your head? That'll pull you.
Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that. And how do you get him to fall?
His general weight over time.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually
He's made
fall.
of metal. He's a robot.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from
Hang
the
on a
wire,
minute. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do
how
that.
would they
I meant to
make him fall?
that button. There we go. When buttons pressed, Nekomaru's function ceases and he is forced into sleep mode. Didn't it say something about an alarm wakes him up? Maybe that's what the alarm was for. The alarm went off, he heard it, it woke him up, and then his movement caused him to fall. I could be thinking far too specific in this, but hey ho, who knows. Okay, well, everything involved with the strange tower has gone. Radio clock. Oh, there we go, the clock on Nekomaru's chest received wave. It's amazingly precise clock that can't be tampered with. Oh, okay, that's what that one is. Ah, there it is. His alarm timer. Stopped at around 7:30 and the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. Because I think that woke him up and that maybe caused him to flail about and fall.
There's no one in the tower to push him off.
Where is it? There it is.
Damn it! Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wall, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
Yes.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Nope. Not there. Okay.
Crap! What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Nope.
What? Nekomaru should have... If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Damn it! Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Why can't I slash those? I had a
Even if they
slashing
suspended
chances.
Nekomaru
Oh,
from
right,
a
only
wire, how would
6.
they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push. It's possible that he...
What? Nekomaru fell on it. Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do
Goodness.
that. Now's the time if you want to take, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain. Moving the elevator with Nek is just impossible. End of story.
Bad. Ouch. Again.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
There we
Allow
go.
me to cut through those words.
I had the wrong one equipped. That was my problem.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Probably say something along the lines of shit.
What are you saying?
I can't get his
Like,
voice right. Also,
how
I'm
would
gonna
he
scream
even
it
wake up?
this time.
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
You woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why. If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving.
I don't know if
Nekomaru
instinctively.
probably did exactly that.
You just would be
Then,
afraid.
in order to make him fall from the force he was generating,
When I think of instinctively, I think of like, you know, the old reptile part of your mind that just reacts without thinking.
In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
I'd say more along the shaft of the knob.
But Nekomaru didn't
Hey,
fall because
it's,
the wire
it's
came
all
off,
along
right?
the doorknob.
he fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Maybe.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Maybe they did. The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... in that case, I shall use my full power. Ooh. With a fierce roar... that shouldn't be an, that should just be a. With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... not yet. Here it comes, the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. Ooh. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest.
Yes.
No, I'm not just
Oh
a pest.
no.
I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, say
No, I believe you gave your all.
so. Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Tired of seeing M subs and everything.
He gets off on this.
Of course he does.
So
Fucking
thanks to
weirdo.
that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight
Just
into
be
the
normal.
floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight to the floor. No, he hit the pillow. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I think of that happened to him was... coal came out of his eyes. He collided with the pillow.
I see!
That's why I fell down.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
Yes.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus.
It was a
It's
happy
not
accident.
even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Yummy coffee.
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
Sounds like a movie.
What'd you just say?
It could either be about like
The
a
alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
like some terrifyingly dangerous gang member, or a child's comedy. Like Boss
You
Baby.
didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible.
Why?
Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Great
7:30
Power
PM.
before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
And there was the other alarms we heard. Maybe that's what it was.
Yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
To be fair, how would they know the time?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Probably the wall clock.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Yes. But how do we know it was AM? It could have been PM.
Alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
It's just 12-hour time, so...
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
Hey, what? Why did I lose... Oh, because I'm shooting the normal thing. I don't know what I was doing there. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction.
We headed for...
What does it say about the wall clock? That was 5:30.
Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Yes.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's
Nope,
gotta be
wrong
it!
button. It's R1, not L1. I can also
We headed for
steal...
Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am...
But the alarm inside was set for 7. Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must.
The killer probably did. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No. Okay.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
What was Fuyuhiko's account? Let me reread it. Front Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. 5:30 is when that alarm went off.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. We need to crush one possibility at a time.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
That hit the wrong damn thing. Maybe then we'll just go Nekomaru. Mistake.
We headed for Grape... Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nope. I don't know why I did that. I didn't think that'd be right. Maybe the tampering one shooting that one
But the
before
alarm inside was
7:30.
set
See
for
if
7.
that works.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must.
The killer probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
We headed for Grape... Before 7 a.m., I am...
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nope. Okay.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
7:30.
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those...
It's a contact elevator. That's just the other lift, isn't it? Yeah. Used to move between houses was broken and no longer worked. It was only broken at the grape house side, so the last person used it would have arrived at the grape house. Yes.
Must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tamp. They probably messed with the clock and that's gotta be it!
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's was set for 7:30 a.m.
No, it's not that either.
Crap! We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30
Oh,
a.m.
okay. You know what?
Nekomaru died
What we
just
probably
like
have to do
One of those must
is...
be a...
Killer probably did something. They probably messed with the clock inside Neko.
Yeah, because it's
No,
a radio
that's
clock,
wrong.
so we have to contradict that.
No, the clock inside his chest was
So
a
it
radio
can't be
clock,
tampered
so it would have been
with.
impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
Yes.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Maybe it was just saying 7:30
If
because
there's
that's
no
the time we
possibility
saw.
that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answers to that mystery. Dodge dive. Alright. Why speed up again? X. Man, this setting reminds me a lot of Run. Nope! That's jump. Triangle is jump. I guess that makes a bit of sense. Hello, Nugget. My cat wants to come in, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I fell. I suck. There we go. I jumped way too soon. What? There we go. how I had so much trouble with it. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building? Yes. We only know the time based on, you know, what the clocks say. They might not be correct. But whatever the time Nekomaru says will be accurate. It's the magnificent power of radio. Thank you, Marconi. Pretty sure he was the one who invented the radio, if I remember my radio history correct. I am messing up a lot here. Ooh. Fuck off. I can't wait for like the final one of these where it's just like an extra long logic dive with all sorts of horrific platforming, and that like this does have. Like, come on. Alright. Question 2. The clock was tampered with. The building's clock. Clocks, plural. There we go. So give me more of these. These I can handle. What did I just say about not wanting any more of these? Okay, question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both. Hello, what's up, boy? Yeah? Yeah? Hello there. Do you mind?
It's all coming together.
Yes, hello, what do you want, Nugget?
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the cat. Good boy, you jump up.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly,
Alright, give me
how
one
much
moment.
was the time off?
No need walked back in here and close that door. She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Okay.
If the time...
Well, I need to check things for that. Right, so what time did they hear the noise? Alkanay heard a rumbling noise around 5:30 AM. Yuhiko saw Nakamura walking toward the first floor strawberry house at 5 AM. So 5:30, let's assume 5 AM is when he entered the elevator. 5:30, half an hour later, that's when the alarm went off and woke him up. And then we saw him at about 7 AM, but it was probably more 7:30. I'm thinking a half-hour difference. And it's probably to do with the radio clock.
time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
No.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Ah.
It would have
There's
been a
Arcan's
great
character.
clue.
There it is.
Or his scream.
He's not the type.
Only Neko.
We would have heard it too. There's no point in if does not exist in this world.
That one.
If the time in the build, then we can only rely. The time of it's clearly 7.
The problem is in our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to make?
If only I heard the sound when you...
I agree with that.
Instant.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Yes.
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when
Oh,
Nekomaru
Japan.
fell?
So used to it that you're just gonna go back to sleep from
a
an
huge
earthquake.
body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with
I think
it.
they happen fairly often enough.
It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
I have heard stories of, an earthquake happens
What
and
is it,
people just keep
Sonia?
walking about,
Oh, well,
doing their day.
that sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Oh, well, good for you.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I think it's just birds I could hear.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
Yes. If that rumbling we heard was at 5:30 AM, it's like the answer to how much of our time was off is literally in front of me, and then it'd be 2 hours then.
I see!
Not half an hour. I don't know why I was thinking
Nekomaru's
maybe
alarm went off at
the
7:30.
clock didn't
And
break.
if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
Why
The
not?
reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only Nekomaru?
If
Yeah,
you messed with
until
the
his own
clocks
time.
and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing, the radio clock. Not trying to lure out only Nekomaru, and that specific thing is... clock's alarm. Oh, Monokuma Taichi.
I see.
Because he's the only one who'd be up at 7 AM.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
Yes.
And if that
Which
time
would have been
was
7.
also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, at that time, he was
Oh, it's not so yeah. Okay, no, it's too soon.
heading over to
up again.
Monaco.
There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all it
Kuma
said.
Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
What words?
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Geez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to do Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right?
Ah.
We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
What?
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
I don't know that term of phrase. I've never heard it.
Incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the
But
killer lured
peanuts.
Nekomaru,
They're great.
the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Has it? Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Okay.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
Yeah, the one that
A
you
little
heard.
while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Yeah, that's most of us.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Remember. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Who was it?
Which means that person does not have an alibi
But
for
who
when
was
Nekomaru
it?
fell?
What you not remember?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It was Bruce Springsteen. It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Alright. I was with the Magical's ring. After all, I rushed over there, didn't I? Ah, okay. I thought I had to choose him.
Crap!
Alright, then I guess it's Sonya, because she didn't hear anything. Sonya.
Crap!
Oh. Oh. So?
You're the only one!
Oh, alright.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
Oh, when that went off, okay. I forgot about that. So, okay.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank,
What the hell is a suicide dive?
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of baby.
Not only did I not
what do you want,
hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that
Yeah,
is
she didn't hear
also
it either.
true for me.
It's because of the luxury
It
rooms
is
or something?
obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
I'm pretty sure both of them had the luxury rooms.
I was in a pretty deep sleep,
Oh.
so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably
And I'm
couldn't
pretty sure
hear
they
it at all.
had, they were soundproofed or something.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
Unless I'm thinking wrong, I could just be confusing that with the previous game where their
You
rooms were
still don't
soundproofed.
know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki. As stupid is what these three have in common. This also be the secret that points to the killer? Yes. Is it another fucking logic type? No, it's Hangman's game. Okay. Is it deluxe? It's deluxe, not luxury. Luxury would have also fit there. I was waiting for an L, but I didn't need it. I need a U. There's a U. Don't need any more U's. Damn it. Hit X. I don't need any E's. Sweet. I need another groups to only had one. Damn it. Yes.
We will never give up.
Sorry, I just want to say that. Okay. Damn it. I need an E. There we go. Damn it. Here we go. Deluxe rooms.
I got it. Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
Yes.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and drop problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation.
Oh, lucky you.
You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you
Go
using your
eat
ultimate
a
reserve
dick.
Corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by
It's
now,
really weak
right?
coffee. It's actually nice
The
though.
true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Alright, so now if I do it?
You're the only
Yep.
one!
Gundam?
I said I already
There's
had
something I
spoiled
want to
for me.
ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night,
fucking
it is the
Victoria.
universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention
Gundam?
There's only one possibility. You weren't
I've
in your
always
room.
wondered how their names are. Are they anglicized or are they traditional? If you don't know what I mean by that, anglicized when I don't know whether there's an actual term for it, but whenever I use it regards to Japanese names, it's where the first name is put before the surname, whereas the traditional way would be surname, then first name.
Gundam.
So like, is Gundam his first name or Tanaga his
have
first
some
name?
sort of
Sonia's, I
explanation,
assume, is just kept as,
right?
would be Sonia Nevermind because she's European.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because
I think
of
they're anglicized, because I
Fuyuhiko.
think Nagito doesn't sound like a surname. Komaeda sounds like a surname.
Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
What are you even doing
You
in the
were
lounge?
in the
Just
lounge
sitting
for
there.
that long. The killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest,
Chiaki, that also sounds like a first name and a surname, so I think they are. I think I already asked this question before, but it's been so long.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come
And
out
what,
and
that
go
way
to the
they'd have their
lounge.
alibi of they heard nothing?
which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
because I was in the lounge.
As often is the case, one tiny coincidence foils the plan.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This raucous. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the Netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible
But they didn't check on
outcome.
anyone's rooms anyway, so it
That's why
didn't
he
matter.
couldn't just stay hidden.
But in case they did,
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
10.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
Good for you.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
So your defense is hamsters.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic.
That's
Truth
face.
shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Don't the deluxe rooms have a bathroom in them or
Right?
something?
That's all it was.
Wouldn't be surprised if they
The world
did.
is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet,
They
I'm
do
being
say there's no such
suspected
thing as
by all of
coincidence in
you.
murder.
It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class
God, what are you
trial,
saying now?
this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
You can't get ulcers from boredom.
Seriously.
Get it from stress.
Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder.
That's saying something.
What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
You already heard it. His defense is hamsters.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Oh, sure it is.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
Yeah.
From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although
Yes.
going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
Yeah, but he might have broken it after.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
Oh, well, yeah, but we've learned the power to go back and forth between them with the, whatever it's called.
If so,
The
the human who used the
Death
elevator would
Defying
have
Challenge
left
or
it
whatever.
at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
It has. He did it.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Argument time!
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
No, it's not.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was...
What's Fuyuhiko's account? That's just about spotting there. Nagito's sudden appearance. If only we had that. Why isn't that an option?
at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Yes.
How much longer do you plan to...
Ah,
Why don't
you know
we
what?
stop this already?
I think that's what we need to do. So let's grab that secret
That elevator,
passageway
the only
one.
means of travel, as long as that your assumption...
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot...
Since I was at... There's no question that the...
It would have been different.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already?
Okay.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Suppose they don't just give us Nagito's sudden appearances. Answer there.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Yeah.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Oh, Gundam? Well, he did, but he's not gonna say it. I hate talking to him. Nagito, your time to shine.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What do you...
I love when all the pieces start to fit together and then it's like, I know where we're going
Don't
with it
play
all.
dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show
I love
up.
how he likes to act all smug, like, your reserve quotient, but I have solved 3 out of 4 trials, and I'm about to solve this 4th one.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the
You
Octagon,
smug cunt.
which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
I should have gone to have a look in there. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't bother because I didn't know if there was anything to it.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
How convenient.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone
Final
between
Dead
the
Room
two
is fun.
houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Is that your final attack?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated.
How'd they get the
for
wire?
your
They probably
own
got the wire
suspicion.
from that room.
If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Alright, Banner. Bottle.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
It is exhausting.
Even
I was
if
also
the
using
turbid
the wrong
box
stick.
doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Okay, duel. How does this work again? Smash. Damn it. I couldn't remember what it was.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Nope. Swing it, damn it.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple
Turbid
planes,
box? What the fuck is a
provided you
turbid
use a
box?
spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
There we go.
I already proved the
Finally.
secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! You don't want to at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
He sounds like a Kingdom Hearts character. You know what means try providing the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, right? First case, it should have it too. He was dwells in the light that will break through
Know
the
the limits
darkness.
of your own reasoning!
And I'm thinking this is why
You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind...
Allow me to cut through those
It
words.
was a wire.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools
Let's
there.
imagine, like, you know, during the
Pretty
Cold
sure
War,
I
like,
saw stuff like
Russia
wires,
built their own version of the
hammers,
Pentagon
and
and they
chains, too.
called it the Octagon. They're like, look, ours is more powerful, it has 3 more sides to it.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any
I agree
more
with
time
that.
on this opening act.
Let's not do that, because I'm
So
tired
I'm
of
going
those.
to end this right
We don't
now.
need them all the time.
Hey, what are you...
I'm fine with that.
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by
Interesting, I
that
don't have to press X here.
Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the 2 towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Oh,
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded.
I'm actually kind of suspicious why Naruto wants to end this so
They can
fast.
just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this,
Okay.
Gundam
Go ahead.
successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry
job for
Tower.
me.
There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
But how do you press the button?
Hold on! You...
Ooh,
What did you just
ooh,
say?
that struck a
That
nerve.
I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Was that what he was trying to do? Get him to confess
You
by...
fools do not understand!
Picking at his,
you don't
ego.
understand at all! Ah, you make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything
His
at
hair's
all!
sticking up, he's going Super Saiyan.
I don't understand
I
it.
think it always sticks up, I don't think it's
What
any
does that
different, I
mean?
just haven't paid attention to it.
Appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
I don't want to know.
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Alright, good luck.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
Or used a hamster.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least
I wonder if that's
surpass
why his
your
hamster's
own
there, because I'm
human
thinking to use
limitations.
those.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming
Yeah, that's what we've done
power.
every other trial.
As for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade
And we have done that
human.
as well in every other trial.
You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
That's because you're stubborn and you will never admit defeat because of your silly nature. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Panic talk action.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
Timing.
I won't let you!
Stop there.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
There we go, got him.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
For Dark Days.
This is the end! Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Hamsters.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Absolutely.
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
You did. Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. Ah, we saw him press the button. Ah, they pressed the button. Truly, this is the skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. It's a hamster, not a mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey,
Pardon me.
with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his
I'd imagine more he was like standing behind him and just like, okay, let's do this, and just throwing him.
How about it, Gundam?
Until it happened to hit the button, just like, go Davis!
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance.
Sure.
Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere.
Griffith. I was just saying on how I've been reading Berserk now, I've got it all. I'm just finishing it. Looks awesome. And I always forget how even like in the latter quarter of that, and actually throughout most of it, Griffith is always a prick. Like, it's not like he suddenly becomes one, he's always kind of a dick. Closing items, but we do have to do one of these, so they're not too hard in this version. Right. Wasn't allowed to the morning. Time to food, you go see tomorrow. This is the Nikomaru's feet. Feel destroyed one after leaving the tower. Nope. Okay, not that. Oh, actually, that'll be the pillar. Nope. Whatever. There's a fake weapon left at the tower. See that? We gathered the lounge. That'll be these guys. There we go. Nikomaru 4. Nope. Kiss the pillar. What? Why is that a thing? Anyway. There's this one with the clocks. Is there a fast way to jump through this? Yes, there is. Let's see how the way up. It's largely on the morning. What time for you? Yeah, that is literally what I was thinking, him chucking them like that. Oh, it's there, okay. Just waking up or something. Us, yeah. Fake weapon, yep. Okay. Hammer. It's like the way he walked in. There we go. Stock 3. Button. Yep. No, that was up there. So there was something that that's further down here. Or no, that's right at the end here. No, that was different one. Stock. Not sure what will fit in there. There we go. Okay, it was just that. The way it was written, I thought it would have wanted the murder in.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito.
How they knew how to? Did they just get... Once again, did he just get a ham instead of like shorts and wires?
Next, they lured Nikomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours.
I hate that the clocks are upside down.
An alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House Lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m.
Like the little bells bit for the alarms. Normally that's on top. At least in most clocks I've seen that have those.
With the necessary tools in hand. They obtain these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck.
It was just me, but when Naruto was doing his version of this, it sounded like the music that was played in the first game, because here it's a little different, I think.
That secret being
Which
Strawberry
I'm
House
guessing is
and Grape
because
House are actually the
Naruto's
same
probably going to
building.
get revealed to be... Makoto?
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, and that's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Great Tower to participate in that.
I like the little puzzle of having to put it all together, but it also is a little
However,
unnecessary because we're
because
just
the contact
rehashing what
elevator
we've
was
already
broken, Nekomaru was unable
done.
to go to Great Tower. So he decided to try going to
But in
Strawberry
more
Tower.
extended detail, which... I don't really need some of it.
But the killer was waiting for him there.
What does that say? I can't read that.
With the power of
But-
hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
That's a sentence and a half.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up.
Not much time, they left themselves only half
Then
an
they
hour.
tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door.
That was all misdirection.
This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall.
But technically we couldn't anyway, because the door didn't work. Button was broken.
With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge.
Doing what?
As a result, the killer couldn't return to
He
their room.
can't do
With
anything,
no
there's nothing
options
there.
available, time
Like, if he
ran
was
out.
reading the book, I'd understand, but he just sat there. Could try going back
The
to sleep or
lounge's
something.
wall clock alarm started
Okay,
ringing
what's up?
at
You want me to let you
5:30.
out of here, don't you?
Well, actually 7:30.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
To avoid a worst-case scenario,
No, you're just gonna
the
lie
killer
down
was
there?
forced to
Good
appear
boy.
in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
You're lying there because you're getting some breeze
Originally,
from the
the
fan,
loop
are
of
you,
wire
boy?
was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended
I
up
feel like it
breaking.
would have just broken if he was left there long enough. Like, he's a robot. It's heavy.
Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse.
I don't like Kazuichi's face there.
However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
And it was
That
Gundam,
someone
which
is
we already
Gundam
know.
Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Yay.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
That's just how he talks.
I'll friggin' kill you myself!
What would happen if she did that? Would she get chastised for it? Because he's about to be murdered anyway.
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka!
Sure.
My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
How was my result? B. The letter B.
This result isn't all that exciting.
Why? What did you want?
Now then, please call
I mean,
the
you want
letter
everyone
in
to
front
die.
of you and
You want us to
cast
fail.
your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened?
What can you
Will make
actually
the right
get
choice
to live,
or
or
the
is he
dreadfully
is he just lying as well about that?
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Sorry about that, I muted myself to take a drink, and then my cat wanted to walk out, so I was like, you know what? I'll let it out. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay, I said all that without biting my tongue. Chomp.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, I won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to the one who was lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Here's what I would like to say. For honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn
damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too,
If he
must
was
be
just
the
trying to
will
cling
of
to life,
causality.
there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. Let me find that. What's the word? Hang on, I'm going to quickly check. I've got it just over here. It's written in the back of this one. It's a term for an aura people give off in when they're feeling the when they're going to kill Satsuki. There we go. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death? That's most fights, technically.
Let me tell you.
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
Comforting?
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Oh, why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you.
However,
this.
I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch,
Giving
you
up
will
on
die.
life? That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. What? I know what he's getting at. I know what the whole dog eat dog means. It's just a weird way to put it. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fibre of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Ugh.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all, and that is the absolute truth.
Fall, my
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? If he did that, he wouldn't have tried to make himself be found innocent, or have, you know, done all the other stuff tried to cover up the murder. I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name
Just
is
who do you think
Gundam
I am?
Tanaka.
I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. Now that's Johann Liebert. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like
Not in a
dust in
million,
the wind.
not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? And I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it. I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. Oh god, I hope he's not getting something happening involving hamsters and his ultimate skill. But please wait, this is just too much.
I beg of you.
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia,
I beg of you.
please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Hey, Nugget, welcome back. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However... Once again, closing that door now that my cat's back in.
What is it, my four dark
What is it,
devas
my
of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
It's just gonna be like the story of, I think it was Cursed, where the person died and
Let's
ended
give
up
it
ruling hell.
everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I check Power so it's fucking disturbing as shit. Boltong. Ah, this is in a different font. Or a different colour. The fuck is is going? Oh, bison. And also a lion. Gundam's Knocker Stampede. Let the hamsters go. Yeah. Alright, he's drawing a fucking alchemical symbol. Oh, that didn't do anything. That was really boring. What the fuck is this? It feels like a dumb bit out of South Park or something. Like involving the, frickin' things from, the woodland critters. Gundam. No! No! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it. I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something. Throw Monokuma. Or Monami.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. I want to break into my, into a Cave Johnson monologue about lemons. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So, how long are you guys going to stand around chattering? Class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you going to keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? Probably like 2 more chapters. I assume it probably ends up being 6 chapters again. How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. That mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Huh.
She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Let's go back for now and eat. I refuse to. No one's allowed to cry at my funeral, I've already decided. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. I want to be like that. Be happy. Yeah, you're right. Eat food. Be happy. Drink tea. Get shit-faced. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again we returned to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Nagito? Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. I found Monokuma's secret porn stash, and now he's looking like fucking Jeff the Killer there. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hachime's information. Yeah, but...
Well...
I don't know why they didn't figure that out. I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
Damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright! Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see. So you can tell. Ah! Perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Well...
It's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Are you finally going to confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
This file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course!
That's right. I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But...
If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy? Oh, thank God, I thought he was going to say there was there was only 15 people here. I wonder.
Hey.
Could it be... Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
Well...
That's not my point.
Right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all
Well,
riled
you're
up.
splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey.
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I...
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me. Well, yeah, he's not that stupid.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, That belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about. But if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Well,
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Ah?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. If the person you're waiting for, or is the person you're waiting for, already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question. If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? Big countdown. Ooh. 5 days left. Chapter 4. The ultimate robot stream of clockwork. After a lengthy old time, it's finally done. 7 left.
Danganronpa.
Hey, I got my trophy. And we got the Hellhound's earring. Yes. Yep. Alright, and that will be all for today. Okay, so we're just finishing up that chapter, then what it is done. But I will be back tomorrow where we will be doing chapter 5. Possibly getting through all of it, maybe. Depends how long it is. The chapters can vary in length, but we're near the latter part, so I think I might be able to get through all of it, since I have no other plans for the day. But, yeah. And probably nothing Wednesday, just because I will be busy, but if I do get through all of chapter 5 tomorrow, then Thursday might then also, hopefully, be all of chapter 6. So, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.